Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us for our webinar. We're very happy to have a short moment with you to share some information about us and about our products and our markets. For today, we'll have different speakers. Pierre-Emmanuel Bernard, our Head of Product Development, David Fournion, Product Support, so you know very well who they are. And myself, Florence Oliveira. You don't know me yet. For some of you, I didn't have an opportunity to meet you yet, but I hope it will come next year once the sanitary condition will be better. I'm happy to join the team in Pinet since mid of this year, and you will hear more about our products through our joint presentations today. What we wanted to share with you is how our products can help solving some issues of our customers, our joint customers. And we wanted to tackle this topic through the world challenges and how it creates business opportunities. So for today, we will go through different parts. And the first one is we wanted to have a look at the growing industries. So what are the industries which are supported by things that happen in our world? And also, therefore, which application we grow in demand? Because at the end, this is what creates opportunities of business for us. And of course, we want to share with you more information on how our products can help to support those specific customer solutions development. First of all, we want to perhaps align on what is a megatrend, and that will be the red line we're going to use for the next chapter of our presentations. And what we understand by megatrend is something that really transform our environment and really shifting the priorities. So things are changing, and priorities are changing. And therefore, it also drives innovation. We cannot really do things the same way we used to do. So we have to change the way. And change is good because it means that we reflect on what we've been doing and also improve what we were doing. And why is that important for us to look at those megatrends is to create new demands. So it creates new demands at the end consumer level and therefore at our customer as well. So that's the reason why we do believe it's important to look through the lens of megatrends. And that's the reason why we've been looking at what are the megatrends that are impacting our industries. So here you see the different megatrends. So I haven't put the names yet. You have a functionality of chat in the webinar, which is should be on the right-hand side of your screen of the Teams. Feel free to put some words and also questions as it goes. And here, perhaps you can help to maybe think about what could be those megatrends. So I invite you to type in perhaps in the chat to see what could be those megatrends and what those images could mean. So I'll give you just a few moments. So I'll start with the top left. One of the megatrends that we see impacting our industries is aging population. We do believe that this will change quite a lot the industry we're in. Second one is climate change. So this is something we've been hearing about in the last few weeks. Digitalization is also something that has a dramatic impact on how we consume, how we buy, and therefore our industries as well. And last but not least, the safety and norms. Through aging population, for example, few keywords that helps us to realize how fast this is impacting our life and how this will change in the future. The first one is 22%, and 22% is actually the share of population who will be over 60 in 2050. So we may say that it's quite far away, but industry transformation takes time, and that's we know that industries are already getting ready for those changes right now. What we see also is that one people in 6 in the world will be over 60 years old by 2030. So this is much nearer our year today in 2021 and 2022 next year. Estimation is also in Europe. It would be even 1 out of 4. So we see that there is quite a strong pressure on changing and adapting the world we live in to adapt to aging population. So now I would like to give the hand to Pierre-Emmanuel, who will speak more about what could be the impact of aging population on our industries. Pierre-Emmanuel.
Okay, thank you, Florence. I've just seen a comment from Horst saying that some people have problem with the presentation. I don't know if we can fix that, but anyway.
I don't see.
I will go on. Aging population mean needs of medical furniture, health equipment, and so on. So you will see on the screens ideas of application or real application with the Pinet products. For instance, here there is examples of medical equipment. You can see in the middle, for instance, blood centrifuges. For example, we have application of Pinet product for this type of equipment with either spring-loaded hinges or soft closing hinges, and sometimes both of those two products in one equipment. On the right-hand side of the screen, you can see ultra-low freezer, which were very used during, and it's still very used due to the COVID situation. And on this equipment, we can offer spring-loaded hinges. And it works very well. It's a bespoke hinge made for a specific customer. We have also application in disinfection equipment with concealed hinges. You can see at the bottom on the left, and also some application with medical furniture. And in this case, there are different hinges which can be used, and again concealed hinges. And for these two last examples, generally customers like to use concealed hinges in stainless steel. That's the reason why you will see an example of a presentation of a new concealed hinge in stainless steel. The next slide is about the impact of the aging population on active population, which means that less people will work and they have to save time. So it can lead to several examples. For instance, logistics automation. We know that a lot of machines or equipments have to be different, and they can integrate hinges and latching systems. We know that people want to save time also with different external needs. For instance, you can see a motorbike in order to get the delivering of clothing. And on this example, we have spring-loaded hinges, toggle latches, and handles made by Pinet, so a lot of different products. I also put an example of an equipment for delivery, automated delivery service. You can see a picture from Amazon Prime, but we know that it's a trend to develop and to see more and more robots like this one in the future, and lockers when you can get food or other type of products can integrate conceal hinges, latching system, and so on. And so, in fact, we can see that the impact of aging population could also have an impact on active population. That's okay. So now I can leave the floor to David for a presentation of a new product, which is the conceal hinge.
Thank you, Pierre-Emmanuel. Welcome to everyone, by the way. I'm glad to know that you are connected with us, although we cannot see each other, but there will be better times, probably. So yes, in order to drive this change, we need new products and we have to innovate as much as possible. And the first product that we are focusing onto is a conceal hinge, which is actually a very old product. I think it was created by Pinet in the 60s. But until now, it was impossible to get a stainless steel version of this product. This is now done, so we have created a stainless steel version of the three conceal hinges, which all share the same main characteristic, which is the kinematics. It is just outstanding because it will open over 90 degrees only, I would say, but the panel will be brought away from the frame of your application. And thanks to this feature, you will avoid any contact of the door during the opening sequence. This is very, very valuable. We like these kinematics and our customers like it. The only drawback on this very product is that we have to stick to rather lightweight doors because we are limited to 3 to 5 kilos roughly. If we are talking about a door which is 30 centimeters in width, for example, well, 5 kilos will be a safe load. It performs much better if you use it on an horizontal axis, but it's not always possible. So as you will see in a few minutes, we have improved this product, which is already an improvement of the existing version.
Okay, thank you, David. The next trend we wanted to share with you is about the climate change. And a few numbers again, what we see is that 29% of the greenhouse gas emission are actually generated by transportation. And this is not something which is probably new to you all. What actually struck me when I did a bit of research for this is that actually 64% of Europeans are actually committed to choose public transport over driving themselves in their own car to fight climate change. So there is really also a change on people mindset. People are more conscious about it, and therefore is changing consumer and is changing needs. So why are we talking about that here? Is because we do believe that taking more transportation means that there will be more work, also more changes in our environment to accommodate those public transports. And therefore, there are a different need or increasing needs in markets we are very well present. And again, I invite Pierre-Emmanuel to share more about these markets where we are in.
Yes, thank you, Florence. So, in fact, in order to accommodate to the new public transport needs, there will be a lot of new roads, new buildings, and so on. And that's the reason why we see a big growth in roadworks vehicles, as you can see on the screen. We have a lot of customers in this type of application. So could be Caterpillar, Liebherr, and so on. When we mention public transport, there will be also a big impact on the railway transportation. We didn't put images on a railway here, but keep in mind that it's a booming business as well. We have a lot of examples with Alstom in France, for instance. And in the railway business, we know that needs can be covered with spring-loaded hinges, continuous hinges, forged hinges, a lot of products in the Pinet product range. That's the first point. And the second point is concerning the climate change, sorry. Concerns bins and containers. We know that there is a high demand for recycling, and it means that a lot of containers have to be built. And here you can find some pictures of application. On the left, it's a container with a soft closing hinge and a common, so on the top of the container, and for the door, it's a common hinge made by Pinet as well. So it's an example of the impact and of the new needs generated by the climate change. So David is going to show you a new range of heavy-duty hinge. These hinges can be used as well for off-road vehicles and containers.
Yes, Pierre-Emmanuel, that's true. We've been doing a lot of business until now with heavy-duty hinges, but the funny thing is we don't have so many parts into the catalog. The reason is most of the business we make is from bespoke hinges. So within the catalog, apart from the Modulo product range and a few historical hinges, there was really a gap in between the Modulo and the old products. And we decided to create a new product range made from stainless steel with a different design also from the truck hinges, which you can find just anywhere on the market, really. The thing is, these hinges will be used, for example, on vehicles, but not only. If you are making a compressor, a generator, for example, any kind of housing, maybe you don't want it to look like a truck, do you? I mean, it's always the same old hinges from the truck accessory distributors. So this time we have an opportunity to come with a different offer, and we will be adding all these part numbers into the catalog. Keep in mind also that because of the manufacturing process, which calls for laser mainly, this means they can be modified rather easily. You will not have to need 1,000 hinges to make a special. If you need a different hole location, if you need a wider leaf, for example, that would be possible, and that would be rather straightforward for us. So we really hope to uncover new opportunities thanks to this range, because that was really the missing link in the heavy-duty family.
Thank you, David, and that's right. We are welcoming and enlarging the catalog family with those with this range of heavy-duty hinges. Again, if you have any questions about, further question about products, we will leave some time after the presentation to of course answer your question, get more insight. Unfortunately, we cannot see each other as David said, but we still want this to be interactive. So we're sharing here some bits of information. but please type in already your questions, and then we'll come at the end. So we've done two of the mega trends that we have identifying and really impacting our industries. The third one is digitalization. I believe that if all of us will reflect a moment, we're not really living the same way compared to 18 months ago, and even before transformation has begun. But transformation has been accelerating because, or perhaps for us, thanks to COVID. What we see is that the growth rates of some of the markets, which are actually important and where we do have solution for those industries, are quite impressive. Here I'm putting two growth rates. One, the 10%, is the self-service kiosk market. So this would be, for example, the check-in kiosk, information kiosk, or even the automated teller machine. And another part is also the digital signage. So now we see that the former paper ads have been moving, or information. Now we're moving to digital because it's more interactive. There are also studies showing that actually you can boost your sales by 30% or so if you have a digital signage instead of a fixed one. So those are booming markets, and obviously we also have many solutions to answer the challenges of industrial or in those markets. And Pierre-Emmanuel will also share some information about possible applications. Emmanuel.
Yes, thank you, Florence. So I suppose that most of you know that there are a lot of applications with concealed hinges in interactive kiosk, vending machine, easy to order machine, ticketing machine, and so on. So here are some pictures of application. We have in our range different type of concealed hinges with various type of opening angles, and it's as Florence said, it's a really booming market. So I'm convinced that it's a big trend and a big opportunity for concealed hinges. And we decided to add a new concealed hinge in our range, and David is going to show you this new product.
Yeah, this is the older sister. So let me introduce you to this new product, which is virtually the same kinematics as the first concealed hinge that we saw. But just look at the picture. Pierre-Emmanuel is holding one of them in hands. It's a really very big hinge, very strong. So this will come into the family and complete the range of concealed hinges. The only one which was really heavy duty until now, sorry, was the 7013557 part number. It's really huge, but it doesn't project the panel in front of the frame, and that's the problem. What I mean is, during the opening, there is a risk that the door will take some space which is not available. So the good thing with this particular kinematics is that the door will remain almost aligned with the frame after the opening sequence, as you can see it on the sketch and also on the video. So really, that was a long expected product. We really needed that for the market that we have to cover. This time we are talking about not 3 kilos or 5 kilos. We are talking about 30 kilo doors. So really we have a lot of expectations for this product, and I bet you do have also great expectations.
Okay, thank you, David. And another type of application regarding digitalization is digital displays. So this type of displays can be informative, like in transportation, for instance. You can see on the picture an example of of a metro billboard. And you can have also digital displays for advertising or to see information, various type of information. And we have more and more, we can see more and more digital displays in our environment. So it's a booming market as well. And we have an example with a customer using for this displays in the metro a friction hinge. And David is going to show you a new friction hinge in your range, which is a complementary product of a range of friction stainless steel friction hinges.
Yeah, that's right, Pierre-Emmanuel. This is another friction hinge, but the difference and the benefit is that until now, we didn't have any fully stainless steel friction hinges into the range. On that one, you can spot that we have two little plugs at the end of the nozzle, but they are not functional. So what it means is it will open up a scope of applications where you have temperature involved, which was not the case, which was not possible previously because all the friction hinges that we had functional plastic parts. So as they don't have to be all the time concealed, these hinges will be fitted on the outside of the application. This is true, but the benefit from them is the constant friction. So we had to develop not only the friction version, but also the free swinging hinge, because sometimes two friction hinges will be too much for the end user. Sometimes it will be too hard to move. So what you can do is make a combination between, for example, one hinge with friction and two other hinges which will be freely moving in order to have just the torque you need. So really the big benefit of these products will be the lack of functional plastic parts, and therefore the fact that they can cope with temperatures up to 80 degrees or something like that. So this is definitely a benefit for people who are making industrial ovens, roasting ovens, and so on. So let's see now the other new products.
Thank you, David. Going to the last part of our megatrends, the fourth one that we had, that we believe has a big impact, is safety and norms. So obviously there are a lot of regulations coming in, a lot of standardization of some of our industries, regulation from the EU as well, and from other, coming from either the states or from the industries themselves. What we see is that estimation of the investment, especially in falls, so fall protection, it will be multiplied by 2 by 2026. So this is again huge. And we do have a big role to play because our products allow to have still keep the, I would say, functionality of the fence guard, for example, but still have some protection. So Pierre-Emmanuel will share some example of application where we do have a role to play in safety, and then we'll also show you some new products about that.
Yes, thank you, Florence. So on this picture, you can see application of various safety barriers, guardrails, and in this application, you can use very often spring-loaded hinges. We have a lot of application with this type of product. On the right-hand side of the slide, you can see the white truck, and on the top of the stair, there is the big spring-loaded hinge from Pinet. It is painted in white, but it's a nice example of a spring-loaded hinge. And we know also that there are a need of another type of hinge for scaffolding, and this hinge is will be presented by David. It's a hinge included a stop. It was not existing in our standard range up to now. So I'm going to leave David explaining this new product.
Yes, Pierre-Emmanuel, most customers want to open over the biggest possible angle, like 180 degrees, but sometimes it's not a good idea. So for example, you were talking about scaffolding applications. We have designed in the past several scaffolding hinges because there is always a panel which allows the access from the bottom to the top of the scaffolding. And the operator has to go through this panel to open it and make sure it will close automatically. Then you've got two solutions. One of them is to use a spring hinge, which will close the flap automatically. And the other solution without a spring can be to use a spring, a limited angle, which is built into the hinge itself. So we've got a stop which is integrated into the knuckle itself. And therefore, you will not be able to open over, for example, 80 degrees. Then when you leave the flap alone, it will automatically close. Another good reason of having a limited opening angle is that on some applications, if you open over, say, 100 degrees, maybe the door and the frame will come in contact and it will damage the paint of your application. So there can be several reasons to use a stop integrated into the hinge, but of course, it might be that your customer will need a different angle. This is no problem. Again, this hinge is made with the laser process, so it's very flexible, and whenever you need a different angle, we can develop that without talking about tooling cost and so on. So if you need anything different from the catalog part, please ask.
Thank you, David. We see a lot of potential with this new product. We've been showing here a potential application in safety, and but this is not the only one, and it's just to give you an idea. But obviously, we'll continue to explore the different application and where this hinge can be of added value. So we've been seeing those four different important megatrends that we see transforming our industries, transforming the challenges in front of our customers. And what we see is that it is an opportunity for us to help our customers to develop, to innovate, and to bring more value to their product as well and answer a needs. So those are four megatrends I will continue to explore to make sure that we address and anticipate the needs of the customers and give you the products to be able to address your customer needs. Another change also is through this current period, we've been changing also the way we are the way we are ordering, the way we are consuming, and that will be a change between a mix between digitalization and also the fact that we need to gain on productivity. One thing we've been launching, and you probably have, you have been informed, and I wanted to come back on that topic, is the Cut to Length website. So before having a specific length or specific customization for continuous hinges was done through specific projects, and we have now scaled up this. So you can actually directly order through the website specific length, specific customization of the continuous hinges. And we do believe this gives you more flexibility. This is also something that we offer you to customize. So if it is something that you want your customer to use directly, we can discuss on customization under your brand colors and your brand logo. And I would like to highlight here and show example of we have one partner that have just launched, I believe this week, on his website. So it's MC Components. So probably I hope you're here. You can say hi in the chat, but basically we want to thank you for being also trusting this and helping us to bring this new service to the market. Now on the MC Components website, you have a new button, and then we have customized the tool for our partner, so that his customer can order through this and then have still the, I would say, customer experience through the normal partner, and then we take care of everything. So basically, then the order comes here, we prepare the product, and then we can ship it. Obviously, there is you have already heard, but we have a shared part of the revenue on those. So if you're interested, you can discuss with us. But you have been already informed. I know that some of you do not have a sales channel through your website, then therefore that's not an added value to potential your customers. But for those who have, then that could be an additional service that you offer to your customers. Again, what we want to help you to be successful and to bring more added value to your customers. Now we're coming to an end of the presentation part. Just wanted to perhaps highlight what to remember. The first one is really that megatrends are lasting for decades. So it's not just a trend. Megatrends means that they are over some time. They're really transforming industries and creating sustainable business opportunities. We're not coming back. We are doing step further, and we're not coming back on those megatrends. We hope that you understand that we do have the solution to help our customers to develop solutions, to answer the challenges that are given to them, new norms, new requests from customers, new habits from consumers as well. Something that has been highlighted many times by David: if we don't have, we just create. And I must say that here the design office has a passion for challenges. So please share things which are different, that where the standard product do not answer exactly the needs or do not answer at all the needs. We're very happy to look at those and to co-create together, so then we can continuously learn as well. I mean, you've seen that some of those new products came also from products and experience we've been gaining through specific projects. So please do address those opportunities, and we're happy to work together on those. Last but not least, what is important in all the product that has been presented are new products. So please ask your regular contact to get some samples and continue help us to spread the words on capabilities that we have through our products. That's basically what we wanted to share with you today, and thank you again for taking the moment with us. So thank you for this. We will now have a look at the different questions that are in the chat, if any. And again, thank you very much for sparing the time with us this morning, and we hope that soon we'll be able to gather and then to see each other. So now looking at the different questions.
In fact, I don't know if we have received questions.
Yeah, we had one. I will publish that one. So we have one of the question, which is, can we know when and where it will be possible to view the new products? So perhaps Pierre-Emmanuel, if you want to come back on the different products that have been presented, and perhaps when they would be or are available. Some of them are already.
So in fact, all products presented today are in stock and available. So you can receive samples as soon as you can, as soon as you want. I will, for most of them, pricing is already done. I guess that just one of them is not ready yet, but you can receive samples, pricing, And in addition to that, we have also some demo tools for some of them. So again, don't hesitate to ask us to get demo tools to help your sales team to promote these new products.
Okay. We also share. So I've seen in the chat that perhaps some of the people had difficulty to see the presentation. So we're gonna share afterwards a shorter version of the presentation that also take all the summary of the new products. So hopefully that's that will also help to refer to the document. We had one question about the ultra freezer, the spring hinges.
Yeah.
For the ultra freezer, is it standards or tailor-made?
It's a bespoke product, but based on our big spring-loaded aluminium profile aluminium hinges. So it's depending on the need of your customers. We can adapt this bespoke product to other applications. So if you think that it could be interesting for your for some of our application in your countries, don't hesitate to come back to us.
Mm. I think it's also one of the point is the catalog is helping to give an idea or to start putting a seed for the creativity, but then David is there also to help us push the creativity when there is a problematic, and then we can find the best solution. Sometimes the standard products, and actually I must say probably usually the standard product is not fitting 100% the needs of the customer. There is always a way to add a value, to add a function. Sometimes we can replace even something that the customer is doing on the application. We can integrate that function into the hinge. So then from an operational perspective from the customer, it's saving time as well. So hinges have fantastic capabilities, and that's by talking to us that we managed to find take the most of it. There was another question about the possibility to integrate a stop in the knuckle. And then for perhaps what are the minimum requirements in terms of volume if we go for custom made.
In fact, due to the process, which is the laser cutting machine mainly, we can make this product in medium volume. I don't know what low volume means in this case, but for sure we have to. It's necessary to have a minimum volume, but technically speaking, it's not very complex to make this product for medium volume.
Okay, just going back on the questions. Yeah. Okay. We had the new questions. Oh, okay. I'm sure. Maybe I lost it. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. One of the question was about the different, perhaps, references, the different article number. So that's something we'll make sure we have it on the presentation we'll send to you. Okay. Any other questions that you would see? Giving a few minutes in case. We have some new. We have a question about leaflets. So do we have a new leaflet that helps introduce heavy-duty products? I don't know if it's planned. That's anyway a good idea, perhaps, to gather at least in a presentation the different heavy-duty products, since we are adding to the family, as David was mentioning. Pierre-Emmanuel, do you know if there is any specific things?
On the heavy-duty hinges presented today, I'm going to make a presentation. Will be possibly a PowerPoint presentation explaining the different hinges, the different dimension and the features and benefits. So you will receive it very soon, in fact, probably next week.
Okay. And we also have the new catalog coming early next year. So those products, so that's perhaps my question. those products will be in the new catalog.
Yeah, of course, they will be integrated in the new catalog.
Yeah. Okay. So perhaps that's also one of the things that you can think about for all the participants here. Think about how many catalogs you would need as well, because as soon as we have the stock, then we can make sure that you get as soon as possible the local stock for you. So let us know how many new catalogs you need, and you will see it's a new look, it's a new design. It's nice. We always take also feedback of improvement that we can make. So there are many improvements on this new catalog. Yeah. Okay. And where all the reference will be included, yes, all the reference will be included in the new catalog. Very good. Okay. Perhaps I leave some last words to Pierre-Emmanuel or David for closing.
So maybe I can I can close this webinar. So in fact, we are very glad to share these new products with you. Webinar sessions are for us the most convenient tool in order to share information with you. Of course, it's just the first step. Then the different salesperson will come back to you with additional information and explanation or technical information and so on. Don't forget that if you have any question, they can answer you, but you can also ask a question to myself, to David, and so on, in order to give you as much information as we can. And we will organize other webinar session next year, because in fact we have new products coming very soon. Other new products coming very soon. So we'll be glad to organize a new webinar session, probably in Q1 or Q2 at latest. But in conclusion, don't hesitate to give us your feedback about this webinar session. In fact, we test different systems to publish the webinar. So if you think that some things can be improved, please let us know.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you all. Thank you for joining, and more to come. Then that's a big teaser. More to come in 2022.
That's it.
Thank you very much. Have a good rest of the day and a good weekend ahead.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Nice weekend.